to another episode of Deals of the Week. My name is Rachel with LoCasa, and today we are going to be looking at a few different deals. Now, one trend that you might notice with these opportunities is majority of them are apartments. Some of them furnished, some of them unfurnished, some of them totally turnkey, ready to go, some of them not so much, but the great thing is you get to be the decider of what makes most sense for you and your business. All of them are a little bit different, but I think that all of these could be great opportunities for any investor, whether you're new or someone that's been in the game for a while. There's a lot of different things that could happen with any of these deals. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first deal that we are going to get into is this Fort Lauderdale property. Now, before we only had a few pictures of it, but recently we were able to obtain the remainder. So it has a pool, and all of the units are furnished pretty similarly. There's 4 total in the building. And again, this is the pool. These are the only photos that we had originally, but now we have, all the others. So just kind of breaking this deal down here, it shows that the rent is $8,900 per month. This entire building is a 4-plex, so there's only 4 units in the entire building. And to rent all 4 of them, because they do preferably want one operator, it would be $8,900 per month in rent, and the yearly projections are about $155,000. So all of them come completely turnkey, furnished, ready to go. You don't have to pay anything to take over the furniture or anything like that. All they want is first, last, and security. So no additional payment in order to pick up all the furniture, but they do really want one operator, so that's why we didn't break down individual rent prices or other projections. But the real way that this property is going to make money is if you run it as a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, because if you were to just run it as 3 studios or a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, it wouldn't bring in as much as what you're seeing here. But just to kind of know, it's 5 bedrooms total, 4 bathrooms, and you will have the entire building to yourself along with the pool, which is nice. Now, just kind of going into a little bit more of the details, it's not going to be available until the end of May of this year, but we're just putting it out there now so that way you guys can look at it. You can decide for yourself if this is something that can make sense for your portfolio. Also, if you're looking to expand into the Southern Florida area by the middle of this year, this might be the perfect opportunity to lock up now. Now, if I go ahead and zoom in, it's in a good location overall. It's close to the beach, close to central Fort Lauderdale. So there's a lot of different things that you can do and ways that you can promote this. The deposit, like I said, is just 1 month's worth of rent, and then our acquisition fee is $4,000 for the entire building. So you're literally getting 4 units for one price of $4,000. Because normally for apartments, we'll charge a flat rate of $2,000 per unit, but we've basically cut it in half, and we're only charging $1,000 per unit. Parking is just a driveway, so there's on-site parking. They're open to longer than a 12-month lease. There's no permit needed because it's already permitted, which is nice. Also, no HOA. Air conditioning and washer and dryer are included. Plus, like we talked about, there is a swimming pool. So based on the projections with these 3 studios and the 1 2-bedroom, 2-bath, you are projected to bring in about $2,700 in monthly profit. So you're looking at around 30% return on the rent that you're paying every single month. Because the rent is about $9,000. Obviously, you have your additional monthly expenses. We just have a buffer here. But you're looking at bringing in about $2,700 a month in profit just based on these projections. So that is option 1, and you can always feel free to look at this. As you guys know, a lot of the deals that we have on our site, especially the 100+ that you see in the inventory, this is all accessible to exclusive and premium members. So if you are currently a standard user on our platform, you are only able to see a fraction of these deals. So of course, if you are interested in learning more and the different benefits and discounts that you get with these deals, I definitely recommend looking at either our exclusive or premium membership, which you can find directly on our website or by just emailing us or reaching out to us at LoCasa. So moving on to the next one. We have also, just to kind of touch on, we've had some new deals hit our site. There's this takeover in Scottsdale. They brought in almost $100,000 in 2024. You can check it out for yourself, but the rent is about $4,750. And then we also have our very first San Juan, Puerto Rico deal. That one is $5,000 a month in rent, but I'm almost positive the projections are around $100,000. So both 6-figure deals right here. Go ahead and take a look at those whenever you get a chance. Next, we're going to be moving on to this West Palm Beach deal. Now, this is kind of interesting because it's somewhat similar to the Fort Lauderdale deal that I just showed you, but it's in West Palm Beach, and the units are a little bit different. So in this case, this is unfurnished. So these units are unfurnished. They all are available to design how you'd like, and they have 3 1-bedroom, 1 bathrooms and 1 2-bedroom, 1 bath. Okay, and what the owner is wanting, ideally one operator as well, ideally, doesn't mean that you can't pick up one or two, but they want 2 months rent and 1 month security deposit. So however much that total is, you're looking at about 3 months worth of rent up front. And then I have the projections broken down here. It will not make money as a 2-bedroom, 1-bath just based on the projections. But you never know, if you design it a certain way and you really spruce it up, you could always compete with the market and potentially have a better opportunity to make more. But the 3 1-bedroom units are reasonably priced and their projections aren't too shabby. So I would definitely take a look at this a little bit more. But if you were to pick up the entire building and run it as a 5-4, you could potentially bring in about $150,000 a year. So just looking at the photos, it's nicely renovated. And then here are the projections with the 1-1, the 2-1. And look at this. It's showing an occupancy rate of only 52%. I mean, you can get that up with this 2-bedroom. If you were to get this up, you'd be able to make way more money with this 2-bedroom. So I definitely think these numbers right here are inaccurate, but I'll let you be the deciding factor on that. I just recommend do more of your research and see what other 2-bedrooms that are high performing, bringing in more than this, what they're doing, and see if you could potentially emulate that. And then, of course, if we run it as a 5-4, you're looking at about $150,000 in revenue. Now, this property does not have a pool, but it does have on-site parking. They're open to longer than a 12-month lease, and it has no HOA as well as air conditioning. So this is the opportunity that you have available. Of course, they do ideally want one operator, but they are open if you just want to pick up 1 or 2 units in the building. Now, if we look at the projections, just based on if you were to pick up a 1-bedroom with a small buffer and utilities or expenses, you're looking at about $670 in monthly profit, which again, for 1-bedroom studios, even sometimes 2-bedrooms, you're not always going to be making those big dollars like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in monthly profit. But the great thing about smaller units is it's very scalable. It's easier to pick up. It's easier to furnish. It's less money to furnish. So I think that these are still worth looking at and evaluating if that's something that's important to you, and also if you want to be in the Southern Florida region. So just keep that in mind. Moving on to the last deal. So there are 2 listings for this Scottsdale building. One of them talks all about the 1-bedrooms. The other one talks about the 2-bedroom. I may combine them together just to make things easier, but you can check out either the 1-bedroom listing or the 2-bedroom listing for now until I merge them. But basically what this is an STR takeover. So you would be taking over anywhere from 1 to 5 units in Scottsdale, Arizona in a prime location. This is literally walkable to Fashion Square and Old Town Scottsdale. This building alone no longer allows STR operators. They no longer allow corporate leases. So you are basically grandfathered into this building. You'll be able to run these units profitably just based on the previous numbers as long as you run them right, and pick up turnkey units for a very, very low and reasonable rate. So the startup for these 1-bedrooms are $8,600 per unit. So what that is going to include is first month's rent, which is $2,600, the security deposit, which I'll break down, all the furniture, future bookings, and the pictures. Keep in mind, Scottsdale right now, it's high season. So if you pick this up by the time that they're available, which is March 1st, you will literally be basically guaranteed to make money your first month. So you're picking up this unit for $8,600. Technically, your only real startup, because in most leases, you're always going to have to pay first month's rent and a security deposit. You're literally looking at only paying $5,000 to take over a turnkey unit, technically, right? Because you're paying for the furniture, but you're also getting the future bookings, which you're immediately making most of that back within your first 2 months. And I just want to make sure I emphasize that because that's a big deal. That doesn't always happen, especially if it comes unfurnished. You have to furnish it. You have to invest all this money, make sure it's designed well, and then you have to wait for the profits to show up. With this, you're basically getting it right away. The monthly rent includes access to a shared garage where you can coordinate key exchanges, supply management with the cleaners, things like that. Wi-Fi and utilities are also included. You literally are getting everything within this one price. Everything. You're getting utilities, you're getting Wi-Fi, you're getting the rent, you're getting all the like it's completely turnkey, ready to go. And this is all you have to pay in a prime location in Scottsdale. Also, you're able to opt into the management company that they were utilizing before. So if you wanted to go ahead and use their management company, they may be willing to offer you the same flat rate that they gave the other operator, which was pretty low. So definitely reach out about that if that's of interest. And the projected revenue is accurate. This is actually what was brought in over the last 2 years by the previous operator. So basically, by taking over one or more of these turnkey units, you're projected to generate around $800 a month per unit in profit. Okay, so let's just take a look at some of the pictures. It also has amenities such as a pool and a gym. Like I said, this building no longer allows Airbnb rentals or corporate rentals or anything like that. They are basically capped out on corporate leases. So by you being in this building is already like eliminating most of your competition. You have almost none. So that's one of the great things about it as well. And as you can see here, like I said, it is literally right there next to Fashion Square, right there next to Old Town, walkable, great opportunity. The acquisition fee for these units are $2,000 per unit. The deposit is only $1,000, so you're paying first month's rent of $2,600, the deposit of $1,000, as well as the furniture, which is about $5,000. So you're really getting into it for a steal. Parking is on site. Also, they're open no longer than a 12-month lease. There already is a 60-day exit clause in place. You do not need a permit because it's already permitted. Air conditioning, outdoor care is included. There's a swimming pool. Utilities are included. Washer and dryers are included in each unit, as well as Wi-Fi. So, I mean, you're really getting the best of both worlds right here. Now, if you were to add a buffer of 15%, your monthly profit is about $495. But because everything is included, let's say we do a really, really small amount, 3%, even 5%, I mean, you're bringing in $750 to $800 a month in profit. You really are winning here. So this is just with the 1 bedrooms, okay? This is the 1 bedroom projections. I'm probably going to put the 2 bedroom on the same listing and just put all the details here. But if we were to go and look at the 2 bedroom real quick, there's only 1 2 bedroom, so there's 4 1 bedrooms available and there's 1 2 bedroom available. The 2 bedroom available is going for $3,250, and it would be the same thing. Everything's included, all the utilities, the Wi-Fi, the furniture, and the startup is $11,250. So that's going to include first month's rent, security deposit, which is also $1,000, and then the furniture, which I believe is $7,000. Again, it includes future bookings as well, all the furniture and the pictures. As you already know, they're grandfathered in, so nobody else can come in here and operate. You get access to that shared garage, optional management, and the projected monthly profit on this unit is about $900 plus. So it's a 2-bed, 2-bath, available in March. Acquisition fee is the same. Everything here is the same. And then if you go down here, again, it's still showing a low number. But if you were to put 3%, if you were to put no percent, you're basically making almost $1,000. And of course, if you guys see an opportunity to potentially redesign these, maybe add some accent walls, switch up some of the furniture. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do to it. And the great thing is you're getting them for such a low amount on these units that you might have extra money to be able to put into more design, to be able to increase the potential, because these are accurate numbers. This is how much this property brought in the last 2 years on average. So just keep that in mind. Again, great location. So those are the deals of the week. Hopefully you got some value out of this. If you have any questions, please reach out. Also, as you guys know, in order to view all of these deals in more depth, you will need to be an exclusive or a premium member. You can reach out for more information on that or just go directly to our homepage. We look forward to working with you, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.